There you go, folks. Orange and banana. That was for breakfast. And Shirley's saying there's apple in the fridge. Catching you.
Apple and tangerine.
Apple and tangerine. And we are talking about food today. It's raining outside. This is Shippy the Explorer. Let's go in the fridge and see what we can find. We have apple and tangerine and all the fruits there are. So, this is Shippy the Explorer coming to you live, not live, but another tape of how do we survive in this world. So as it rains outside, and it's raining, so I'll show you a little bit more of the what we have outside. Let's get these shoes on, and so we can explore together. So that's fruits. So you get up, and I notice some people, especially in Nebaranse, the guys are having a good plate of fruits for breakfast, and it all depends on which culture you are from, and all depends. That makes you eat different things. So, but in America, we get up and we have had what they call pancake, and we have with syrup on top of it, and we have bacon and eggs, and that's what's for breakfast. And suddenly we are in the house and it's raining outside, and we're saying, my wife is saying, what for lunch, maybe what for dinner. But then we're reminded that we have some giant lettuce out here just sticking up. Look at them. Look at them. We can this garden looks like it's meant to be for, that's almost 1 foot high, boy. I'm telling you. That's a good production. And we are reminded that we have the lettuce outside, and then we can make a salad. But the things today's topic is talking about food, and the things you eat reflects in your body, on your face, and on arms and legs, and in your hair, and some of us, we are saying that we're following the Bible. We don't eat pork, and we don't eat clove hoof animals. But in other parts of the world, that's a top product, and many of us have been eating those products, and we are surviving. We are living, because I think without the pork or the pig, a lot of people in the world would be starving. So we suddenly got hungry, and we're hungry for something else, and we're saying we're in a country where we can just go out and procure the material or procure the dinner. We can go on the telephone and call the food delivery places, but we don't do that. Shippy the Explorer, I have hardly done that, and I don't think, maybe later on we'll do it, but not now. But the young people, that's what they do. They feel like a sandwich, they go on the telephone and they order the stuff. So my wife is saying today she doesn't feel like cooking, and what do we order? And today we are in the College Park area in Maryland, where we have a pizza called Leaders Pizza, and they're professing that they don't cut corners. And the only reason why they're talking about don't cut corners, because their pizzas are not round, but either rectangular or square, and then they cut the pieces, they dice it into small squares, and that they are giving two arguments where they say they don't cut corners, meaning that they don't cut in triangular squares, and also they don't cut the ingredients. Nowadays, I think they have changed a little bit from 40 years ago when we used to have the original pizza. It have gotten a little lighter, but still yet, we are still saying that Leader's Pizza is still the good thing. So what we're gonna do is we have ordered one, and in a few minutes I'll take you down to the store and show you the whole operation of how you get pizza in America for lunch or for dinner. And what is pizza? A lot of you across the world may not know what pizza look like, but it might be a new thing in your culture. So we'll show you that today. So in the meantime, I'm getting ready, still having problem with my shoes, and breathing. I guess I'm excited to have pizza. Now in a society like this, you can even order even dinner. You know, you can just you don't have to get into the kitchen and sit down and cook a meal. You can just order. You can order some of the good things in America is fried chicken and fries, and you have hamburger and fries, and all those things comes with fries, and then you put a ketchup on it, and then that's your meal, and then you have order a drink and all sort of things like that. And the perpetual Coca-Cola, folks, I know you know what is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, I see it in America. It's native to Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States, but I see it in Australia, I see it in New Zealand, I see it in Nigeria. Well, I've never been to Nigeria. I see it in Ghana, I see it up in Senegal and Sierra Leone, I see it in South Africa, I see it in Central America. It's, to me, Coca-Cola as a drink is the most perpetual drink in the world. And if you're young persons and want to invest into something that's a product that seems to be gradually climbing up the ranks and getting the what they call it, the shares are gradually progressing up, then you invest in Coca-Cola, folks. You can't lose. Your money doesn't really go down because that drink is everywhere. So we're talking about food today, and how you're able in this society where you can stay at home and just order. So what are some of the other things we can order? You can order Chinese and Indian and African American and African and Caribbean foods, but some of, especially African food, you may have to, and the Jamaican food, you have to go and pick those up. But often, if you're in certain places, you can pick up the Chinese, the Asian food can be delivered to your doorstep. A DoorDash, that's a new system. And sooner or later, in Africa and in other parts of the world, you will be enjoying that type of services where you're just gonna just sit back and relax and watch television and go on the phone and order your dinner, lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And forget the cooking. Forget, well, those people you have in the back room, they want to cook for you. Forget it. Let them rest for a day. Let them go on vacation for a day, so they can rest their arms, their weary arms, from cooking the yam and banana and the dumpling, and just order some fast food or some real food, cook food, and let it be delivered to you at your doorstep. Now, we can continue with this thing and talk and expand into the things we eat. We'll talk about eating the pork, and religiously, number of groups of people, the Muslims and the none of the Jehovah's Witness eat pork, but the Seventh-day Adventists, they don't eat pork. They recommend against that. It's part of their ritual and religious thinking that it's unclean, and we don't eat that. And then in the parts of the world, in the parts of the world, you see you're eating unusual things. You're having a bowl of stewed snails, and in the Louisiana, in American regions, we are having alligators and crocodile tails and iguanas and shrimp, and we call it crayfish. They call it crayfish. And in the parts of the Caribbean, especially Jamaica, they're having some boiled steamed crab, Jamaican black crab. And believe it or not, if you know to clean these things up and have them, some of them are tasty. But I can tell you that the alligator tail, I personally had it and Ship of the Explorer. When you see it and you taste the first piece, it looks like chicken, it tastes like chicken. But by the second piece, you're chewing and chewing, and the wildness slips in your taste bud, and then you're turned off away from it. But other people crave over it. And in the mountain and some of the farm area of United States, we go for the wild boar, man, and we go for the wild deer. And more up in Alaska and Canada, they go for the elk and the reindeers. So all over the world, man, it's different types of food and meat and gun provision, and then we are all surviving. And some people, the doctor will come around and said, you need to have don't have so much beef and so much pork or something like that in your meal. And then in other parts of the world they don't have enough, and then they're saying you need to eat some more beef and some more red meat so that it can have your blood level, red blood cells, regenerated cells. And then if you go into the cold countries, up into Alaska and all that, and into the northern poles, then you are eating the blubber of the seal and the fish. And then when you go after evening, as you kill those things and you slaughter them, you're going after the heart. Well, I'm talking some crazy stuff here today. I'm talking about the meals of the world. And then in the Indian, the old traditional, what they call them Indians, but the Native American Indians, when they had the buffalo and they slaughter a buffalo and they prepare, the main thing they go for is the heart. So Ship of the Explorer is talking about, these exotic foods. Well, yes, the Native American Indians, they go for the heart, and when they come out with the heart, with the freshness, they don't even cook it. They're slicing it up and giving it to their kids. The same thing in Alaska, when they catch a seal, they go for the heart and they slice the slices of the heart and they give it to the kid, and then they're eating that fresh from the frozen waters. eating that fresh, don't need to freeze it, don't need to cook it, you know, because they're saying, their cultural self is saying, I get strength from this thing. I get maximum strength and I pass it on to my kid. So, we're going today, we're making it easy for you and less bloody, and we are going to get a pizza from Pizza Leaders Pizza. Ship It Explorer is saying, well, take you with us and see what that is all about. Stay tuned for the buying and eating of American pizza. So before we go, folks, to get the pizza, let's see if we can reap some lettuce from the garden. And the lettuce we are reaping, we are just gonna take off the outer skin or leaves, and leave the main part in. So here we go. We're reaping lettuce with Ship It Explorer, and they're saying cut off the outer part like this. Cut them off just like what they do in parts of Africa, and let the rest of the plant flourish. Ooh, wow. Let's take off some off of this one. And this one. And this one. They just break them off in Africa, so I don't know why they're saying we should be reaping them. We should be cutting them. Anyway, look at that. In the meantime, let's go back in and see what we capture from the garden. Is it lovely? Wow. It's great. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is mix all this vegetable together to make a coleslaw. Avocado.
No.
Is it?
Onion, cabbage, and carrots.
Onion, cabbage, and carrots. Okay.
That's for the coleslaw.
And then the lettuce would be like
the
a
lettuce would be a
green
salad, and I could even add some more cabbage to it.
Uh-huh.
So that's it. I have some beets also.
All right, so that's lunch or dinner for you folks. Here we go. We're going after the pizza soon. Okay, the adventure for the pizza starts. We have ordered it, and now we're on the road. court to pick it up. Today we're taking advantage of the GoPro headband and to see how this will work, because Shippy the Explorer is going on a trip and on an exploration. Oops. And he needs to figure out how this thing works. No music. Clean the windshield. And here we go. Taking on the same route, this works, wherever I turn my head, then that's what I capture in the video. Whatever my eyes go, there also the video. So what I'm seeing is what you're seeing, hopefully. So this is the GoPro at another angle. So we're leaving Yarrow and we are going down into the town of College Park. And you have been down there before, but I'm taking you again to the town so that you can see, refresh your mind of what it looks like. And we're going to time ourselves. It's now, for instance, 2:30, and we'll see how close it is that we are able to procure food in this country. And that's why they call it maybe fast food. We're going through the Yarrow Frisbee area, and this time of the year you can see all the lawn looking beautiful. Look how green it looks. Come to the intersection and we stop for a second and make sure that you're safe to enter the highway. And this is not really a highway, this is just a two-lane street. And highways in this country, they're like the super highways. They're like 6 lanes going one way, 6 way going the other way, and that makes it 12 and sometimes 14 lanes, 7 going one way and 7 going the other way. But most of the super highways are 6 and 6. So when you're on a little track like this, 2 lanes going one way, and that we take it as nothing. We're passing the College Park Metro, and you can see all the construction. You see a train coming by, passing through, where it will stop at the train station to pick up passenger. And this, as I said before, it's a new track. The new Purple Line on this end will also share the road. You can see the tracks on the middle of the road, and sooner or later the trains will be running along here. A week ago or 2 weeks ago we used to be on the right side, and now it's construction over there, and I see how they did it. They're doing it. They're putting one track on the left and one on the right, and then the main cars and buses will be in the middle. And that's the Purple Line for you folks. The big sign you see ahead is M, and it's for Maryland. And here we are, coming up to Route 1 and Riverdale Road. And the buildings you see ahead of you are part buildings that contain the University of Maryland, and really one of the top schools in America. And if you want to send your child to America for schooling, send them with lots of money, but make sure that they're serious kids and want to be educated, because this will be an expensive venture for the family. If you look over on the right, you see the games field and the big hem. So if you come to America and you're driving through College Park, be mindful that you just have to be slow and steady. You can't go fast in any way. You're on Route 1, and right now we're on Route 1 going south. And in any case, since you can't drive fast, it's you may bypass the speed cameras. But in any case, you're encouraged to drive slow through this area, because there are lots of construction going on, and the kids are dashing here or there across the street, and so they encourage you to drive slowly. Look over on the right, and it is the paternity ward, where all paternity wards, those of you who are in tertiary education understands what that is about. And here we are downtown College Park, and the University of Maryland is the central, most important, most progressive business in town. Everything seems to revolve around that tertiary education institution. So as we rest our mind, we think about the food and the pizza and what it's gonna look like. Is it gonna be tasty like before? It is gonna be delicious, beautiful, you know. So when you're hungry, your mind is set on food, folks. So here we go. We're taking a back road. We're turning on left on College Avenue, and to make that a little bit safer for us. And you can see the small shops in College Park. The kids are out and about, and they are wondering where they're gonna go and eat some lunch. But then again, it's Friday evening, and they are dressed for the party. They're going out for lunch, they're going out for dinner, they're probably going out for some dancing and theater. And since they're away from home, You know, they are trying to survive. Here we are, there's the municipal office, and we are turning right, and you see the sign saying Leaders Restaurant. And we're just gonna let this young lady pass, and we're gonna turn in and turn back out so we can get the pizza. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Gentlemen, he's gonna go right behind the car, and then I'm gonna turn so that it says no parking. This person park. Well, you know what? To be a good citizen, let me go in front of this guy and park so that I don't cause any trouble in College Park. Because when you're in College Park, you look out for the police folks. It's no joke. All right. And here we are, somebody getting their pizza. Yes, she's. You can take a look at downtown, that's municipal building. You can see all the activities around town. It's Friday evening, as I said. It's lovely, and ooh, let's see. And we're can take a look at the restaurants and you see how it looks. If you come to the town of College Park, Maryland, then you are welcome to come to Leaders Pizza, sit down and have a meal, and just relax yourself. You can have a drink. You look at the menu, you can see all those lovely things they have. And I said they profess to have the best meal pizza in town because they have been doing this for a long time, since 1955. Oh, so the music is playing. We might have to adjust that, copyright issues, and so that's what it's all about. Morrison, Shirley, pick up pizza, Morrison. Yeah.
Um, Shirley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
25,
here we
42.
go. All right. That's what it look like. Okay. Uh, here we go. This is what this looks like. Here we
What you
go.
got on there? Pepperoni and bacon? That's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually dip the tossed calzone, like tomato.
In the box.
Okay.
Four
All
dollars
right.
and
Good.
58 cents is your
Oh,
change.
okay. I get.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see your copy over there. Oh, load it
Thank
up.
you. I appreciate that.
All right. Okay.
Have a good one.
Good. Good. All right. Ooh. So that's it. Hopefully, we didn't catch too much of the music and we got out of there in time. But you see, you get a pizza in a box. It's not round, it's square or rectangle. And there we go, we're going for it. We're getting back on the road. Let's show this pizza again before we go. Ah, wow. Leader's Pizza, don't cut corners. The old days, that pizza would cost maybe $8 and heavier and more delicious. But nowadays, things are expensive. So we pull out into the traffic and remind you, you're looking at the town of College Park again, and we're going through, bypass the municipal building and through the town of College Park. Easy going. You know, some people tend to rush in these places, but I tend to Ship the Explorer goes at a steady pace because he wants to see all the intricate things that are happening in this town. And look at that. If you go fast, you miss all of that. Kishkaba, Wasabi, also the restaurants in this town to feed the hunger students. She has her lunch there and also dressed up fancy. I tell you. You're seeing where the eyes of Shippy the Explorer is seen, folks. Come on. No, it's going to be slow, but here we are. University of Maryland, another gate across from us. Yeah. And here we are. The traffic is messed up, so it's might as well you line up from now. And the ones who don't want to line up because they want to go ahead of us, because they don't have any discipline. They see the traffic, come on over. If you had look ahead, you'd know that the traffic says pull over. Here we go, University of Maryland, the chapel. You're looking at the college, the agricultural school that turned into a college and now a university. And sooner or later they'll have the purple line running through campus. So the kids can just hop on this train and go to a place called Bethesda. They can venture down into Washington, D.C., and they will be really enjoying this new form of transportation. You look on the side and you see the green tracks. It's for cyclists and mainly for cyclists. Ahead of us you see Shuttle SUM, and it's the Transportation of Maryland. They have their own bus service. They have their own bus service, folks. This is what you call a sophisticated society. Sophistication, sophistication at its hilt. Let's go over for now, because sooner or later we'll have to go over. Or it's not even on the left side, it's on the right side. So we anticipated the wrong move. So let's get that straight. And we are going back through the construction field. And look ahead, folks. This is what you call development. 3 months ago, there was no building over there. Well, there was some old buildings. But look at that. They have knocked the old ones down, and they have started this new construction. And it seems like a residential building. And they're moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories high, and maybe a quarter mile, 2 blocks, not really a quarter mile, but a block long. Building you're looking at is the Maryland Fire Rescue Institute. Teach you to be a fireman and how to fight the various types of fire. Fire is a very dangerous thing anywhere you go in the world. And if you have an institute that teaches you, then you'll be better off. So we're back to the food issue, folks. The food you eat makes you what you are. And today we are procuring a pizza. And a pizza is just a matter of the bread base, and on top of it you lay different types of sauce, mainly tomato sauce, and then some meat that you like, cheese, and then the topping, some more maybe vegetable or more spices, and then it is baked and at a certain temperature that I don't know, maybe 300 degrees for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. And by the time it comes out of the oven, the cheese is melted into the sauce. The meat is wrapped around the spices, and everything just sits down deliciously on the bread base. And when you taste that, oftentimes you are in heaven. But I have a story. When we just first came to America, my wife and my daughter and myself, well, they came after. We took my daughter out to have pizza for the first time. And on the pizza, one of the toppings was anchovies. And as she dug into that anchovies, the bone, the little small bones, irritated her throat. And she started to cough and get irritated. And believe it or not, folks, she stopped eating, and she stopped eating pizza for a long time. I'm not even sure. Yes, I think she's now eating pizza back again after 40 years. So she's coming from a culture that didn't know anything about pizza, and here we are introducing it to her, and she didn't have a good experience. Anchovy, which is like a fish, pieces of fish, was most likely extra salted, peppery, and has small bones. And so, instead of having a good meal and enjoying herself and getting accustomed to the new culture, she got turned off. And that's a little story for you there, where here we are. So we're back almost in the area. It's now 2:50 something. That means it's showing that we have taken less than 30 minutes to go and pick up a pizza, a fast food, for dinner. And that's what you call fast food meal. And it happens in all parts of the world these days, but especially on a Friday evening in United States, Maryland. That's part of the deal. So, as we come to the end of this tape, folks, and we reach back home and we're ready to maybe divvy up this pizza, we say continue to enjoy your ethnic food, continue to live and survive, because even when you don't have something to eat, there are places that the people are eating grass and all sorts of things to survive. So when you have food of various types, I'm not sure if I'm the one who should tell you not to eat certain meat, because God says in the Bible, don't call what I create unclean. And that's what I know. And the number one thing is to survive. So let's go in the house and see what kind of trouble we can get in this Leader's Pizza. Oops. So I'll take my time and walk, because it seems like when I try to force this joint, this hip, it's going into shock. So Excuse the slow movement, folks. Shippy the Explorer is just trying to make sure he reaches home safely without damaging the muscles and the joint. Because I'd said on another tape, we are having a little bit of issue with the body. So maybe pizza will probably cure this meal. Here we go. It's still on?
Yes, it is.
It's true. So somebody meet me at the door. And here we go. And so pizza time, folks. Anyway, thanks for watching. I love you to share these type of tape. Enjoy them and do subscribe. Excuse the kitchen because it's an exciting time.
Attention to that.
Look at this salad, folks. Look at quick meal.
Wow, dinner is ready.
Look at that.
Huh.
Am I showing it?
Of course, you just need to put it over here and bring it over here.
All right.
I'm not used to that.
Happy bon appetit. Time to eat. God is great. God is good. Let us thank Him for this meal.
Amen.
Amen.
Huh.
See you later, folks. Subscribe, like, share. Subscribe, folks. Shippy the Explorer. We'll see you on another tape. Bye. Okay. Avocado.
The camera or something.
Yeah. Avocado, lettuce, tomato, and cabbage. Cold tomato.
But you said tomato and carrot.
Oh, no tomato. Lettuce. No tomato. Carrot in a coleslaw form. And here we go. Pizza. It doesn't cut corners. Leader pizza is square. See? Square piece. Square piece. Square piece. Time to eat.
What, knife and fork or
Yeah, thank you.
knife and fork?
And I wish you were here to have some, but see you next time, folks.